Harvey.
dead, how
No,
is
that
he
is
gonna
what
talk
donut
to you?
sounds like.
Yeah, wait a minute. Actually,
No, yeah, that is actually what donut sounds
Hattie brings up a good point.
Yeah.
How the fuck is a dead body gonna talk, Harvey?
Well, maybe he's alive then. Okay.
Dead men tell no tales.
So is he not dead? I'm now confused.
We
So
hope he's
wait.
alive.
Medium.
He's Schrodinger's donut.
Okay, so
It's me, donut. I'm in the barrel.
Okay.
If you hear that, get that barrel open.
so the official statement here is might be alive, could be dead, probably in a barrel. We don't know.
Schrodinger.
Definitely missing
Donut.
though. He
Definitely
is
missing.
Flop.
Real barrel.
Real.
And
I don't
he
even
is
know
an
the
EMS.
what's the name of this person.
Thomas McDonagh, he goes by Donut. He's
Donut
out
I told
Hugh?
him
like
to
this.
go there.
Donahue.
So he
Hey,
sounds
sounds
like
like
Bobby
this.
Bullerman.
Oh, Bible.
Is there a
He
missing
sounds like
persons
him.
report?
Hang on.
Okay, so they
There's a
sound
missing
alike.
person.
Okay.
I don't care about Sturwood.
Is this person a ginger?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So it's Bobby Boulderman. Why not just say his name? We
Not
have a
Bobby
missing
Boulderman.
officer?
Donut's EMS.
Unless he
Oh,
already went.
all right,
I don't,
all right.
I don't see him here. I've already gone.
Owns a house on Fudge Lane.
Oh, so he's a gangster.
He bought it because the
him.
Marabuntas all lost their
He's a really
houses a few
nervous
months ago.
guy.
Oh, he was one of the ones that.
Yeah, he was one of those
Okay.
ones.
Yeah.
That- That looks like an impressionable Delver Lee. That looks like Delver Lee before he put on the makeup.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh,
But on the note of EMS, I do have something
oh come
important
on.
I gotta say.
Come on.
Oh no.
Kiki
Oh,
and I
no.
had to have a very difficult discussion this morning. You might notice that Aphrodite is not here. She is no longer a captain EMS. She has been moved back down to paramedic after some incidences that happened yesterday. If you
one she
need
killed her
shift
brother?
3, yes, that one. If you need shift 3 EMS command, your best bet will be Alice Liddell, Timothy Flimothy, and Dion Tam. Myself and Kiki are also reachable by email. We probably won't see it until the morning, but I'm a total degen, and you never know when I'm going to be awake, so... that's the unfortunate reality.
She did.
We don't really have a strong shift 3 EMS command presence right now. So, yeah. That one happened.
Hmm.
Despacito.
You know, this really brought some light to my eyes. We should start announcing demotions. Harper, one moment. Hey, do you live somewhere right now, GSF member?
Under the bridge.
Demoted, no
Oh,
bridge
okay.
overhead, no bridge. Do you have a tent?
No,
Oh.
no tent.
Okay, well that, I thought you were the guy making the videos under the, okay,
Nice.
deep cut.
Where am I going now, then? What
Flop
do you
did
do?
this.
You know where we run to work? The alley, not the bridge part, not under
Okay, so
San
just the alley
Andreas,
where the
but
cop itself-
yeah,
cop
yeah.
goes there. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Copper has a home in Mirror Park. It has fridges everywhere. So yeah, that's the first demotion I'm announcing is homeless guy now is alleyway homeless guy. Harper, you had
Oh, yeah.
something?
I have a announcement from the doctor.
Come on up, phone girl. Like the doctor. Like who?
Yes.
Doctor?
So
That, like-
Dr.
Doctor
Alexander Bones, who if he gets off the phone, it means he just blew up in a car. He didn't dox you. He just said to make sure that people lock the. Shut the fuck up, Bones.
Oh
Make
no,
sure
no,
that
boo,
people
boo.
lock
That
the
sounds like a
door.
do your job. Sounds like a do your job. Sounds like a do your job.
Okay, but their patient
Oh.
wandered out and
Oh,
got
I guess
lost,
he
so that's
just
kind of
blew up.
important, Bloom.
Yeah, did he blow up?
That sounds like a hospital issue,
hung
not a
up on him.
hospit me.
Okay, well maybe if cops didn't leave the fucking door open. Anyways,
Well,
he just said make
maybe
sure
if
that
cops
ICU
didn't have to
doors are
do
locked behind
doctors'
you.
jobs.
Ooh.
Never done a doctor's job.
What do you mean? I've resuscitated many a people.
Name one person.
Sorry.
Flop.
This is true, according to that
Okay, I kinda-
fanfic.
Yeah.
Okay, in real life, not a fanfic.
I gave him mouth to mouth.
Wait,
and
what
then one
happens to
thing.
the fanfics
Hold
now that
on.
she's in jail for murder?
Chapter 3 is going to be a little bit
She's
longer.
not in jail for murder.
That's not murder.
Oh shit, she murdered someone?
She did
Jesus
murder
Christ.
someone.
It's more complicated than that.
What? I'd say so. She only got pushed down to EMS. She didn't even have to become a lawyer like me.
If
That's not a text about
I
it.
have a Sims update. I
Oh
do.
shit.
Is that a
Yes.
ghost?
So, Yes, that's a ghost. So my Sims.
Thank you for
of,
announcing it. By the way, I didn't know if I was going to email and ask if you wanted me to make an announcement in shift 3.
So
But
I moved them into their own
Yeah.
little, home on an
wanted to try to
island,
wake
and
up,
all
but,
of their
I
pictures of
think
their
she's
life
dead
are up
asleep
on the
right now.
wall, which
I
I think is
gotcha.
really
We'll
cute.
we'll talk after the meeting if
It's
you
gonna be
want.
like Beetlejuice, and like
Yeah.
somebody
Okay.
tries to move in and take over their house, and they have to kick them out.
They can't like move. It's the game won't allow anyone else to move in, luckily. So but they own their little ghost house and with all their
Flop's
pictures
a
on the wall.
fucking
And
terrible
then-
person, man. Look at us
Important question:
go.
how are you enjoying the goats and stuff?
So this is the thing. I haven't played with the new horses and goats yet because my legacy challenge, like I'm waiting for the kids of this generation to like grow up to move out onto a ranch because they live on a farm. And I found out that you can have infants go in a pond and have them play paddle. I found out this new little cute thing, which is adorable.
Oh,
Wait, you found the kid in the pond?
No, but so I didn't know
Oh.
that you could have the infant interact with the pond and like have like the parent like help them like basically splash in the pond. So I found that out.
I'm pretty sure the kids you find at the pond already belong to people.
What? No, this is her pond in her
No, no,
house.
she
She owns
is
a
the
farm.
pond.
If you
Well,
own
she's-
the
She
that's-
is pond.
Remy,
That's
how
actually,
many kids are you
that's
finding without
Pond's
adults
daughter.
at ponds?
Yeah, this is Pond's daughter, actually. So this is funny.
if you leave her there, will the swans eat her?
Those swans
No.
are huge, by the way.
I
Do that.
I accidentally did a Max Muller, and I have too many goats.
Like, look how cute they are. The infant update was the best.
Just free
Sims?
kids.
Oh, this is
Yes,
Sims.
I do my Sims update. This is my bit, okay? Listen. So when I get some horses, that'll be the next update, which will come soon when I actually
Gotta
continue to
get
play
the
it.
goats and the sheep. The
And
sheep
the goats
bounce.
do scream, by the way. They do the scream thing.
They
Yeah.
do that. They do jump scare me.
Yeah.
Uh,
So cute.
well, I got something that can just completely destroy the loveliness of that.
What?
No,
Do it.
thunder.
Do
Oh my
it.
God,
no,
what's so
it's an
different?
announcement. It's nothing to do with your thing.
Benjamin buttoning himself from like ugly to I guess hot.
Wayne, is this what I think it's gonna be?
Like,
Yep.
but I guess. And
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
I'm scared, Wayne.
Brace yourself.
I don't want to brace.
So, a gentleman by the name of
Thunder, why do you look
Midland-
professional?
Bivalov,
Willy Wonka
this
villain.
man here,
Oh god.
He
The
does look
baby.
surprisingly professional.
Looks like a Willy
Oh,
Wonka.
is having
God.
sex with vehicles.
Jump scare.
Apparently
All right,
twice
I'm out.
now.
Doyle, Stacey Doyle.
He's had
are-
sex
Alright,
with
good night,
vehicles.
guys.
All right, I'm out.
That's a rerun.
Night.
Oh. All right, let's see.
Have a good one,
And
Lexington.
yeah, it's causing a bit of a problem. If you can get his DNA consensually, please do,
Jesus.
because I have an investigation going on. Sex with
the
this
She's
hell?
talking
vehicle,
about slapping
apparently.
homeless people with pickles,
on
but
the
this is
video.
where she draws the
Vehicle.
line.
Oh.
Okay.
This is not his vehicle.
I'm really
I think this is
surprised
what-
he didn't get it under that spoiler. That's a tight space.
Yeah, I didn't find it in the exhaust. It was just like around the rims, but also on the door. So he's doing this like a lot.
I just feel like that's dangerous.
Does he have a type?
He's a bizarre man, apparently. So
Is he an
and
SUV
if
man?
you see
Is that what I'm
him,
saying?
that's wrong. That's a minus.
I mean, eventually
good
he's
link.
gonna burn it,
Nice.
and then he won't be
Only
able
5
to do
years.
anything with it. So I
Yeah,
mean,
thank you. I don't know how that happened. Just be on the lookout for him. If you can get his DNA consensually, please do. I think he'd be more than willing to give it up, apparently.
So Thunder, since you were 580
Pretend you're a car and you'll get his DNA.
True.
What? Well, I mean, the masturbatee has become the masturbator now.
Oh.
Hey, can we do a
No, not
sting-up?
me. You know
Or
what?
just like, can we leave a
You heard it here, guys.
It's like a
car
bait
just
car,
laying
but
out?
for real.
Oh god.
Guys, what?
Oh, we're
Not
treading on
joking.
some real dangerous
Why is the most
ground
active
right now.
Shift 3 meeting has been in a while about cars and cum and
What
sex?
do you mean?
I
What do you
think-
mean in a
I think we have
while?
some of the most active meetings.
We have the
Right,
best meetings.
right.
What do you mean?
Ricardo, just because you started showing up to him recently doesn't mean that this hasn't been what the meeting's
That they
been for the
didn't
past
exist,
since the
yeah.
restructure.
You haven't
Yeah.
seen the
Fair
chair
enough, fair
jumping
enough.
bullying.
Okay, where's song of the day? Because I want to go to bed.
Kurt,
Kurt.
come on up.
Oh, I'm ready for this. All right, let's go.
Please.
This
Ray's
bitch-
cheating.
Put your phone away.
Ray's cheating already.
Right? What
I'm
the
ready.
fuck?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
brain
He does this
bleach
every.
No
He's a
way.
fun. He's a fun crusher.
Wow.
I don't crush fun. I crush the pit. I'm ready.
Was the pit fun?
Cheater.
It was. I recommend.
So he does
I
crush
don't think
fun.
I'm allowed
Right.
in the pit.
Is it like a ball pit?
No,
No.
Like a whole pit, apparently.
it's a big hole. And Juno claimed it was hers. So
It is
I don't know.
Juno's big
Oh.
hole, yeah.
Unless they claimed it was a wide gaping hole. That's what you can know it by.
Huh. Anyways, guys, song of the day. Winner gets $10,000. All right.
Despacito.
Except for Ricardo. Ricardo's
Free
just banned
bird.
from song of the day. No, it's not free.
I'm
bird.
ready.
What do you mean?
Despacito.
Why am I just
Immigrant
banned?
song.
I haven't even cheated yet.
You're on your phone, Ricardo.
He did say yet. He did say yet.
said
To be
yet.
fair.
No, he cheated the first day it happened.
You know what?
The
Just let
first
me
time he
sit
was here
down.
for it.
Let me sit down.
He's gonna sit in the chair and he's gonna hide his phone on his lap. That's what he's doing right now.
I am not doing
I
that.
cheated in school too.
Nice.
You guys
I'm not
remember
doing
like
Wow.
you had
Look
your
at
flip
this
phone and
email.
you can text people without even looking at the phone. Remember
That
Right.
that
Yeah.
shit.
Stand in
Yeah.
the-
I
Yeah.
That shit was
center of
next
the room,
level.
Hands up in the air.
Yep.
that?
Center of the room, hands up
I
in the air,
feel
Ray.
like a lot of
Ray?
you didn't have flip phones in a room.
Yeah.
Ray.
What's
I
up?
didn't. I had one of those flip phones with the
Center
full
of the room.
keyboards.
I
What'd
got
I
a
say?
QWERTY keyboard yet.
You need to be in the center of the room, hands up in the air.
Center of the room, hands up in the
Hands
air.
up in
No,
the
right
air.
in the middle.
I
Right in the
Ricardo
middle.
cheats
on
this.
I'm
walking
out of the room.
That's why he has to go in the center of the room. With his
Damn
hands up in
it.
the air.
Harvey, that's not a
Everyone
punishment.
gets to watch it.
Fine.
All right. First line is let's go get a wave.
I don't know what this is. Come on. Why can't
Wave
we
Island
cheat?
in
like
the sun.
Kanye.
Hands up.
Surf in USA.
No.
Island in the
Hey,
sun.
it's
Party in
it's
the
Nicki
USA.
Minaj, Starships.
You
The
gotta be
fuck,
louder,
Bison?
Bison. Bison just got it?
Yeah, I actually watched a lot of Pitch Perfect.
Bison,
He's
what?
really-
Oh, yeah.
Damn, okay.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
Bison, go ahead and say it again.
Oh,
Say
sorry.
out
It was
loud.
Starships by Nicki Minaj.
Nicki
Nice.
Minaj.
Starships are meant to.
That's fast.
Bison, I think
Right,
this is the
uh,
second, third
Yeah.
time you've won,
Can you
and
do some like
you like-
It's always been Pitch Perfect songs for him.
You
That's the
gotta
key
stop
for
pick,
him.
you just gotta stop picking Pitch Perfect song.
Pitch Perfect's a good movie, man.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
I never saw it.
Anyways,
You should
Never
see
saw
it.
it.
You'll love it.
all right.
Hey,
Let's
Ray,
come on, we
put
can
your
watch
hands
later.
down now.
Oh, I can.
Yeah,
We
you're
could?
good now.
Very
I
good.
mean, no.
You need to play some like rock.
Want
or
to watch the
metal.
movie together?
Great.
You know?
I mean, we
Yeah,
could.
just in case
We
you
could.
aren't here for them, it's not my fault.
Why are you saying it like you're trying
Yes,
to
sir.
fuck him?
No, that's my sergeant.
I feel like he does a lot
Kinda-
more like.
This is like a morale boost for the Rangers,
No,
right? We
no
we get
shot.
together and watch movies.
Absolutely.
We
no
cuddle.
Shot.
Sometimes.
Aw.
Is there a pillow fort?
Bust out some ZZ
It's
Top.
Please,
bonding
no more
time.
pillow forts.
I don't know. Every time Pawn talks
I
about
love
a pillow
ZZ
fort, I
Top.
want one.
I did like 1970s music for a week straight.
I said every time I hear you talk about pillow forts, I want to make a pillow fort.
Do not. It's a trap.
So we did
Listen,
that.
I got the
Balloon was
pregnancy
stuck in there for
pillow,
days,
so
so I don't know about
sleeping with
that.
the baby.
Keep that
Did you
man
forget
away
the
from
code to get out?
teleports.
No, I handcuffed him in there. I got told that I need to.
Why would you handcuff him?
Oh, when you
Mhm.
like to know.
That's what, yeah.
Not,
that-
no, not with that tone of
way
voice.
it
I
Literally just
don't.
cradles you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
everyone-
I have
Right
to
now.
have one between my
This
legs.
has been one of the meetings of all time.
So
I'm
it
going to
definitely
continue to
helps.
look at boring subpoena paperwork for the next few hours until I inevitably get bored and come on duty or inevitably get bored and go off duty.
Mhm, yeah.
But one thing's for sure, you're all cops, except for you.
Can I get a
And
promotion and go
except
live
for
in the
you-
pit? Can I go live in the pit? Can I get a
Except
promotion,
for you.
please?
None of you are cops that I just pointed to. The rest of you are, and that's important to remember.
It is amazing.
If you go in the pit, are you trusting?
Because what is our job as cops, guys?
Where's my head?
Do paperwork.
Survive.
To do our job?
I'm genuinely. What's our job? Oh yeah. Sorry.
Traumatic brain
I'm caught up.
injury.
Yeah. No. It's yeah. Just fucking stop people from doing shit. All right. See y'all out there.
Fire
Hi.
sponges.
Hey, Flop.
I would like to go
Yo.
home, please.
You got my text?
Yep. Which track was it again? Did you text me that? Yes,
Yeah,
Vinewood. Okay.
Vinewood.
Yep. I'll add
Is
that
that a
as your
good
sheet.
time?
For Vinewood, you got a 349. Vinewood, I think, is what? A
340.
Yeah, I mean, it's room for improvement, man.
It's
going.
How's your donut thing going? So
Oh, yeah.
you're just still
Thank
trying to
you.
get
I'll
in
go
those
get the
barrels.
repair
Huh?
now.
Awesome. Sounds good. Bear with me for a minute. Excuse me. 2 seconds.
Choosing between him or I, because no matter what, we want you a part of the wedding.
Yes, Flop.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was the question we were talking about with Lexi. I'm sorry.
No, no.
Yeah, like
I'm sorry.
he
I'm
said he
sorry.
has like a million barrels.
Svensson, I'm sorry.
I look fine.
I'm sorry, Svensson. It won't happen again.
Donut could be in any of them. My theory.
Most of them are just wine.
My running theory is that he does have donut. He's just not in a barrel. The barrel's a red herring.
The barrel is bait, but the donut is somewhere else.
I need something to drink.
Yes.
Have you rated cum?
Actually,
have a coffee.
That's something. Actually,
that would
a
be
sidebar
amazing.
about that about cum.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I have been eating. I think I'm up to like 35, 40 IFACs today.
Oh God. Okay. Is it me? I've been hungry all day.
Oh yeah.
I'm very hungry. I need
Like-
to go to struggle it.
I've eaten more today, I feel like, than I have all.
I feel that.
Why. Maybe it's just stress. I don't know.
Do we want to talk real quick about anything?
Yeah.
I figured at least now's a good time we can wrap things up. But I wanted to have a formality conversation in person of host an email. So
Yeah. Kiki was gonna try to wake up, but
we'll talk over here.
She's
Where's my money?
she's very much so in deep sleep right now. She's working on trying to get us new uniforms today.
Huh?
Yeah. It's all good. I mean, you can pass this on to Kiki. I've emailed Kiki and I told her that we'll talk at some point. I was gonna ask about the thing. It's what came really hard with this is that I know, and I know Bauer is on the same page, and I can talk about my honest opinions about it after the fact. Because in the moment, we have a due diligence, obviously, to follow through with what we have. What we had was a dead body and a someone is saying that they know what happened. So then it became we have to question and figure out what's going on, and then it became we had a witness who also witnessed, and they didn't correlate. We put them in separate rooms, and they both had the same story essentially from their perspectives. With the admittance of what happened. Do I think Aphrodite intended malicious intent? Absolutely not. I don't think she had any malice with what she followed through with. I think where we had to come with was that we unfortunately had a body and an autopsy report, and we had somebody who openly was very honest about admitting to what happened and was not hyping about it, was not excited about it. I mean, obviously, Aphrodite was not exactly in good mind with everything that happened, right? She unfortunately just lost someone close to her. So for us to have to follow through with it was hard. We tried to be as fair as we could via the plea. And it sounds like between her lawyer and herself, the plea was, I think, the best that we could do to work with her. It wasn't easy, but it was easy to try and take what we had at worst and turn it into something better. So I'm hoping moving forward she'll be okay. Between you and me, I think that Aphrodite is a phenomenal chief. But obviously, with any sort of negligence, punishments have to come. So I understand the reasoning on your side, which I think is very fair.
It was not an easy conversation for Kiki and I to have that, you know, one of our captains used our equipment and it resulted in someone's death. I know there's going to be split opinions amongst our command team about it as well, because it was a decision that was solely made by myself and Kiki, as chief and deputy chief. Because at the end of the day, her actions resulted in the death of a fellow medic. Not, you know, he was her brother, but he was also one of our medics, and it was not an easy conversation
How's
to
it
have
going,
this
guys?
morning.
What's going on over here?
Hattie, we're just having a quick conversation about what happened yesterday.
Oh, with the fire hose thing?
And honestly, this goes back to when Riv was elected chief, because I think that's when that SOP changed. And it's one of those things that I wish Kiki and I had caught sooner, to be like, you know what, that's kind of stupid that people can do that with consent. Because that is a high pressure fire hose.
Yeah. The way that I had to read the situation was setting someone against sort of a concrete wall in that regard was, I think, in some
My
degree...
sergeant didn't salute me back.
It was. And that's part of why we made the decision that we
I'm
did.
gonna go bully Ricardo.
Yeah, go for it.
Because when you are in the high command of the department and you're making a decision that results directly in the death of another medic, it's hard to make the argument to keep you in that position.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
It's that's kind of where we're at with it.
Flop,
oh
flop,
my god.
flop, flop, flop.
Give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Spencer has 2 minutes.
I'll wrap it up. Just 1 minute. The reality is I think the way that this went was about as good as it could go. I'm glad to hear that you guys are going the way that you are with Aphrodite. Obviously, per the regard of what happened, we still have to follow through. But I appreciate you at least informing Shift 3 about it, and hopefully people will keep that in mind.
I know she is the go-to person during Shift 3. She essentially acts in the capacity as chief during this time because Kiki and I are both very firmly Shift 1, Shift 2. So, you know, I'll show up in Shift 3 and be around until 4 or 5 in the morning, but that's a very I can't sleep situation.
Yeah, no, you can only do so much
And
as a person.
I know Alice is likely going on LOA. Dion's trying to like find out if that's for certain because Alice has had a lot going on, which will leave us with just Timbo and Dion during this time.
I gotcha.
So, if there are no command around, you guys can always reach out to me and Kiki if any issues come up, and we'll make sure it gets handled.
Will do. Sounds good. I don't want to peel out so quickly, but I do need to talk with Svensson and Shelby real quick. If you have any questions, Bauer was the lead on this too. I more or less did some of the assisting when it came to the questioning, but if you guys do need to talk about anything, you need my opinion, you can wait and just give me a minute. I will be right back. But
Bob, just be aware. I think Ray's gonna try to beat you with a baton because
if you want strikes, fuck.
He pulled out a baton and said, "I will risk my career," and then walked away with a baton in his hand.
Yeah, I'm about to talk to him about that. That's that's a little ridiculous. Sorry. We were talking about Aphrodite and the fact that unfortunately she had an accident with her brother yesterday, resulting in her going to jail. So that was just the chief, and first time we had an opportunity to, I guess, talk. But I'm gonna sit.
So what's up?
We're sitting.
Well, I'm gonna sit on the floor. So, Slow Cadet Lexington 671. She had a question for, I guess, myself and Shelby, and it was one of those situations where it makes sense, but on paper we don't actually have legislation that would cover it, and I think would be something good to push and tell someone to appeal in court so that we could have something precedent setting. Someone had a legal firearm, their legal firearm, weapons license, everything, but they had an extended mag attached to the firearm. Now, she said, according to the way that the charge is written, kind of hard to articulate the criminal possession part based on the way it's written, and we have a weapons attachment. She asked, should we be taking the weapons license? My personal opinion, without reading the charges, what makes sense to me is if you're going to put illegal parts onto a legal firearm, you have now made your legal firearm an illegal firearm, and that should be getting revoked. However, we don't actually have anything that would state the obvious on that. So the question is, do we follow through with telling someone to take that to court and at that point contest it so that hopefully we have something precedent setting? Or should it be common knowledge?
Why do we need precedent to take someone's weapons license?
Because there's nothing in our legislation that would actually cover that. Somebody would try and contest that. Based on the way that the charge is written.
What did I do to you?
Specifically, give me a second.
You heard me.
What the fuck did I do to you?
The possession of a firearm class 1. Possess a weapon without a proper license. Or a weapon which is not registered to the individual possessing it. Which is technically, I mean, in this regard, the weapon comes back to. God damn it, Ray.
Have a good night, sir.
You have a good night, Ray. I'm sorry.
Night, guys.
One of these days we'll actually ride.
Not Ray.
I promise. It's been busy.
Busy. I lost you since you got promoted. You've changed.
What do you mean? Okay, well, you're also threatening me, and I see you pulling guns on officers. Don't be doing that shit, okay?
Batons.
Well,
I pulled a baton on him because he told me that you don't care about me. You wanted me to get hurt.
No, that's not true, Ray.
Life is.
Ray. Oh my god.
I'm going.
I did bully him a little bit.
God damn it. All right.
It's time to leave.
Sorry.
Anyway, do we think this is something that we should just bring to the DOJ and explain, like, hey, we're running into this? I think it makes complete sense that if you're going to put something illegal onto your legal firearm, your firearm is now illegal. But the way that the charge is written, if it's still your legal firearm, technically it's not criminal possession.
One second, I'm reading something.
You're good.
You've changed, Flop. You've changed.
Ray!
Is it possible to get the warrant from that time and see?
God damn it, Ray.
Change.
Good night, Ray.
Did he leave?
Probably not. He'll probably be back. He'll probably come with the staircase right here. Say that I changed again.
Oh.
Good night. Yeah, I heard you.
Did you look at the expanded regulation of a civilian Class 1 weapons license legislation?
Let me see. At the time of talking to you, no, but I'm going through it now.
I mean, it mostly deals with legislation in regards to if someone has their weapons stolen, quote unquote, but doesn't report it as such. So it's not directly relevant, but then it references a charge, criminally negligent ownership of a firearm first degree, or
Which would
criminally
fit
negligent
this.
ownership of a firearm second degree. And that charge is basically just it's just explaining the legislation. Just says if there's a Class 1 firearm registered to a person, the person knows or reasonably should know that a person other than themselves should not possess the weapon. The firearm is found in the possession of another person. Basically, it's just regarding other people taking weapons from, it's like a gun owner buys a gun and then they give it to someone else or leave it in a space that someone else can get it. They can be charged with the negligence of this charge.
I don't know what to talk about.
Sure.
I could probably just wrapped into this. I don't know. I mean,
I think
using an extended mag, is that what it was? I assume.
Yeah.
So we remove weapons licenses for violent felonies and criminal use and stuff like that. But I think this would just be criminal use, though, right?
I would imagine that criminal use, so the illegal attachment is articulated as being something essentially, to my understanding, you're now using your weapon in means of potentially causing harm, right? And I would imagine that that would make sense under criminal possession, but criminal use, let me see, actually.
No, it doesn't. Okay, here's my take. Probably don't need legislation on
Listen,
it. If someone's just using a illegal extended magazine with their firearm, then they should be cited for it and they should be arrested. But usually they'll be doing that in conjunction to a felony already. Sorry, sneezing.
No, you're good.
Most of the time, these people are going to be arrested in conjunction to another crime, usually violent. So I don't think we need to push for legislation. If someone appeals it and it goes to court, that's great, and the judges can look at it, whatever. They can decide if they need precedent or not. Usually precedent doesn't happen, but sometimes it does. I think right now nothing's wrong with it. I think if the judges come across a court case like this and want to rule one way or the other, that's fine. But necessarily, I don't think we need to push for anything because first of all, it's a very rare situation. It's only happened once so far that I know of.
Mhm.
And two, usually when these crimes are being committed,
downstairs.
they I mean, they're going to be arrested anyway, right? It's one of two situations. One, they're being arrested for something non-violent, and they're not using the weapons license, but they have a legal mag on them, and they get arrested for that too. And the second situation is they're already getting it removed because it's violent. In my opinion, it's not a big deal because they're going to get arrested and lose the gun, right, for evidence,
Mhm.
and then they can keep their weapons license because the gun wasn't used in a violent way. That's what I would rationalize it as.
That's fair. So I guess moving forward, should it just be kind of plain simple until a judge rules on it? Then we don't have to push for anything because it's a rare situation, and just say
There's
take
no
the
charge
attachment?
that indicates that they should be charged further than the weapons attachment charge. So I'll just leave it at that for now.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll roll with it with how the legislation goes. We'll keep things simple and not complicated. And I guess if this becomes a more continuous thing, I'll bring it back up. But this is, I told Lexington flat out, this is the first case I've seen and have run into with this, which is why I was surprised. She even apologized because she said, I tried talking to seniors and they were kind of eh. So I don't mean to jump the chain, but I don't know who else to ask about this. And I said, no, this is a good question. I've never actually run into this. So I told her that I would talk to members of command and kind of get their input. I think I'm in agreement with you. If it becomes a continuous thing, I think at that point, maybe we could do something. But for a one-off situation, I think it should be okay. If we're in agreement there.
Yeah, if it starts happening a lot, then we'll approach the judge and say, hey, people are abusing their weapons license by putting illegal attachments in them, and they can only be charged for the illegal attachments, and their gun license stays. And so we think they're abusing that. But until that happens more than once, I'm not willing to like essentially force legislation.
Sure. Would you be interested more for like, I could lock it for like even command purposes, just get incidents of it happening if it does come up and just get a quick little small master. This way we can keep record of it in case.
Yeah, you just put a command report up on it, and if it happens again, just put the report number in it, and we can just reference it to see how many times it's happened. Keep an eye on it.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. That's easy. Good shit. Well, I appreciate it, Svensson.
Yeah, I'll see you guys.
Have a good night.
You have a good
Thanks for
night.
talking. I know I'll make the right decision.
I came over. I heard something about a wedding.
Oh yeah. So Treddy proposed to me.
Huh?
Well, he proposed to me, and then I was like, "Did you forget that you already proposed?" And he said, "No, like, I want to marry you. Let's plan the wedding." Because it's supposed to be a season finale thing, but now it's not. So
Hi,
we're
chat.
actually planning the wedding. But I talked to Owen before I talked to Treddy about this, and I said, "Hey, I'd like you to walk me down the aisle if Treddy doesn't ask you to be one of his groomsmen," which I already knew that he was going to. Well, then Treddy asked him to be one of his groomsmen, and I guess he forgot that I don't know if I forgot to tell him or he forgot about our conversation. And now he's pulling this, I shouldn't even show up to the wedding thing. Because now I'm in the middle of, both of you. But when Treddy and I went and talked again, we then were both flopped on our opinions. And Treddy really wants Svensson to walk me down the aisle, and I really want him to be one of the groomsmen. So, yeah.
Well, interesting.
And Owen taking the opportunity he can to grieve by, blaming us for us not communicating. Said he's probably not going to go.
Oh God.
So,
why is he being so petty about this?
So it's not really petty. It's just Owen being Owen.
Well, I say petty, but I
He
guess
feels
Owen is
middle, and
just
I said-
Owen.
Owen's just Owen, and I said, I would you could always do the middle ground and just walk me down, and then be a groomsman.
What if he just walks you halfway down the aisle?
That would be.
And then like becomes the groomsman. He's just like, all right, let's stop. This is the halfway point. I am now a groomsman from here on forward.
That would be funny. I did talk to Tessa first though, because originally I was gonna ask Bass and Owen. So I had to talk with Tessa last week at some point, and I asked if she would honor him by walking me down, and she said yes.
I'll walk you down the aisle.
Aw.
Oh, can I be your flower girl?
Yeah, with Gemma. Yeah.
Fuck no.
Oh
Gemma
my
asked to
god.
be. Gemma begged to be a flower girl like 6 months ago.
Can I be the ring bearer?
Mm.
I'll wear the rings until I get down the aisle.
You gotta wear one on both finger, and then when they say bring the rings, you're just gonna stand in the middle of them, put 2 middle fingers up, and let them take them off the fingers.
No, I'm gonna
If you
put them on
can
my
convince
fingers,
Treddy,
so
yes.
I'm gonna put
How
them
about
on my
that?
fingers so they get stuck, and then it's gonna be really awkward at the ceremony.
Bring the
And you're just
rings,
gonna-
and you're just sitting there fucking fumbling with your ring
I'm
finger.
gonna have to hold their hands as if they had the rings on
No.
their finger.
Grab my hand, you pull back, and I'll pull back.
Getting married together.
Somebody bring olive oil. Okay, ready? 3, 2. Oh God.
You convinced Treddy, sure, but
Matt! What's going on, dude? Thank you for
you
the
better make sure
raid.
those fingers are lubed.
Appreciate you, dude. How was your stream, brother? Welcome, everyone. Hello, I'm Chris. I play flop. Was good.
Oh, you will on that day.
What's good? Welcome, everyone. We're talking about a lot of just politics stuff right now, honestly. Just
I'm
a lot
not
of
letting your rings get stuck on your finger.
command stuff right now. What's up, Ripster?
I just had
How you doing, brother?
another person from BCSO reached out to me and asked me for help on their driving. I don't know why they're coming to me for it, but you know, whatever.
Interesting.
I have no idea.
Well, actually, no. One of them I reached
You guys
out
are
to,
new.
the
I'm
other one
Chris.
came
I
to
play
me
flop.
specifically.
We're doing a lot of fun command fun.
Scully Downs.
Mm.
I reached out to her and told her that her and I would do one-on-one stuff, but I might not even need to since Academy is this weekend.
I'm actually stoked for Academy.
Oh, yeah, it
I'm
is.
excited.
Did you get the schedule for that, by the way? Did you guys see that?
No, actually, where was it posted?
Well, it was posted in P&T chats, which is why I didn't know if you saw it or not.
Should be in. You should be able to in the
Yeah.
chat for yeah.
Let me see.
I didn't. I know it's just like a rough one right now, like a rough schedule, and things are subject to change. But I was kind of only thinking I was going to be doing one thing, and it turns out I'm doing an entire 3-hour block thing. So I wasn't really expecting that.
What do they have you doing?
Well, like I said, it's all subject to change, but the idea right now is I'll be going over MDW, processing, RSPC and apprehensions, arrests, and there's one other thing.
They give you so much
Booking
that
scene control.
you can't even fucking.
MDW, patrolling and responding to calls, RSPC, arrest scenarios with booking and scene control. If they're gonna break this up into groups, which I kind of feel like they might, I don't see why I would be teaching all of this at one time. But also, I don't see why. Like, I don't really think you need groups for that stuff. That can all be done at one time.
So the last academy that I went to was not the. To put it simply, it wasn't Cool Academy where we were in a different county. It was Academy here.
Here, and then you guys just like walked around.
Yeah, we were we were at LSIA. We kind of hung around, fucked around, and then I remember the MDW stuff and subpoena stuff, because that was like briefly touched on. All happened in the meeting room. It was like kind of a bring everyone together because this doesn't need to be broken down into.
It just kind of cracked me up because I'm looking at the schedule and I'm the only one that's specifically named in the entire thing. Everything else is like broadly named by like departments or something. And
Yeah,
it's just,
BBSO,
like, it's just,
BCSO,
like, patrol operations,
SCSO, Bison.
Bison.
I kind of do hope that it's just me teaching because that way, like, I know it'll get done. You know, no offense to anybody else, but like I know like how it's supposed to get done and it'll get done like the way it needs to get done, kind of thing. I'll
Yeah.
obviously, like go through it with the leads of PNT and make sure everything's like the way they want it first. But I mean, realistically, it shouldn't be that hard to go through.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I think certain people should be doing those, and I think you're a good pick for it. I'm not a great teacher, but I'm good at like explaining things to people when it needs to happen. So I think in the process of actually like introducing something to somebody who hasn't seen it before, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I'll probably write up like a mock investigative report or a mock incident report and just like keep the report number down and then like tell them all to reference it whenever I'm walking them through shit to like give them an idea of what to look for.
That'd be good.
I don't know yet. I haven't decided how in depth I want to go with it because I don't want to take like 2 to 3 hours working on the MDW and report shit.
take the things that people absolutely need to know, and then the things that they'll learn along the way, maybe just kind of touch on them real quick and say, all right, this is one thing. We're going to go through this real quick. You're going to learn this in the field, and kind of just do a quick TLDR on it and then move on past it. This way, at least it was. Are you going through my pockets?
No,
I'm giving you the blood from earlier.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a they're doing like a PowerPoint thing like they did last time.
The PowerPoint was easy to follow. It was actually kind of nice. I
don't think I'll actually have to do.
Can I
anything,
take your
just follow
ball?
the PowerPoint.
Oh God, that's well. You know what? Yeah, you can have the ball.
He's only
Can I
got
have the
one left.
ball?
You're allowed to. You're allowed to take my ball.
I got ball.
I think it'll be good. I keep telling everybody in this meeting that if you've never been to an academy, and even if you think you quote unquote know it all, warning, you don't, you should go, because
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it really frustrated me seeing some people being like, I've already been to like 5, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. If you're not past cadet and you've been to 5 academies, there's a problem. There's a problem. There's a problem right there.
listen, I intend on going and I intend on learning something that either I forgot or didn't realize. I think everyone can learn from it. And anybody who claims that they're experts in the field in every regard, I don't buy it. Not in this PD.
Bark.
What?
Why
Bison. What the fuck?
Fuck you.
What?
Good
Bison.
boy. Go fetch.
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Did you lose my ball?
Street 1.
Oh.
Oh, it's right here.
Ah, what the fuck?
Oh shit,
I
sorry.
ain't washed, motherfucker. Oh God. I hope everyone's having a great day today, though. From Matt's, I hope you're all doing good, having fun. Next fanfic inspiration. Oh God.
Yeah.
God, I hate that. Jesus. You know, Bison.
Yeah.
In terms of the things that I've done and I've seen in this PD, this is not what I thought I was walking into today. But you know what? It's a thing.
Not bad.
I live to get people.
I can't throw it at your
give
head.
people a smile.
Well, I got a good smile.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Is your ball back?
Thank you. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Well, I feel bad about the Aphrodite situation. They went very generous with her on her punishment.
I'm actually kind of surprised she got demoted, considering I've never 2 ranks at that.
What'd she get demoted to?
Paramedic.
Oh.
They skipped lieutenant entirely, went to paramedic. Which I was kind of surprised of, considering that's not definitely the first time I've heard of an EMS bring somebody with a hose.
Yeah, I mean, at least they didn't just let her get away with it.
Well, the issue that I had, and I explained this to her lawyer. I said, the issue is that, because her lawyer said, can you just do assault and battery? I said, that's a misdemeanor and we have a dead body. That is not a reasonable reduction. I said, I understand you're in a rock and a hard place right now because she's already admitted under Miranda that she was the one operating it and shot the water. I said, but if anything, we might hear of a new SOP coming from EMS. You know, it's unfortunate that it happened. Do I think she did it maliciously? No. Did it happen and, you know, unfortunately someone died? Yes. So
You mean an old SOP? Because that was an SOP when we were EMS. That I guess they took away from them.
were we not? Oh, wait. No, you're right,
No.
actually. I remember that. Holy fuck,
That
you're
was
right.
a huge no-no. Like, you would get suspended off that.
What, the fire hose?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to break that wall, but back when my cousin was an EMS lieutenant, you would get kicked from the city for that shit.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
Like it was that big a bad.
I think it was still that big a bad when I was an EMS.
It was when I was, so it had to be when you were
Yeah.
as well. I remember being told if you're going to operate the fire truck, which I think you still needed a cert for, I don't recall. You were pretty much told, if you're going to use the fire truck, do not use that fucking water. So. It is what it is. We had to follow through. We couldn't just let a dead body sit there. She admitted to it. It was, and of course the witness had everything to correlate because there was another fellow EMS who almost incriminated himself in interrogation, but he saved himself. I don't know. It sucks, but it happened. I think EMS went pretty generous on what actually went down, respectfully. But
considering that was again used to be a.
Yeah, I actually forgot.
I'm not really sure. I thought that was still a thing, to be honest.
You want my answer?
Mm-hmm.
A fellow command member told me some very valuable advice. Not your shift, not your problem. Not my department, not my problem. That's a completely separate. That is a completely separate.
Why do I
beast.
feel like I've said that to you before when I was the EMS command?
You probably have. It sounds like something that you would say, but honestly, EMS, however they've changed, right? We're a different PD than we were 7 months ago. EMS is a different department than they were a year ago, right? So, however they're ruling is how they're ruling, but outside of my understanding, I don't know their SOPs or their up-to-date SOPs. I know the old ones, and they've become a thing of the past. So, however they're doing things now is up to them, I guess.
No. Flop.
You doing it, aren't you?
Yeah.
When are you gonna be around next?
I don't know.
God damn.
You're around all the time, so it doesn't matter.
This fucking. I'm gonna.
You know,
I'm gonna.
I feel like this is so funny. It is so funny.
My new normal is I go out, I respond to one call, and then I'm immediately back in the office doing shit.
We can try tomorrow.
Okay, that works with me.
So Bison, you can't ever get mad at me because I've been leading Flop along for so long, and then I came around with an hour before Tsunami and called him and didn't answer, and we rode together for 30 minutes.
We didn't even ride together for 30 minutes. We made it we made it 2 blocks down the road, and I guess Moose Knuckles needed to be released from the prison, but DLC never notified us. So then we had to deal with
still riding together.
That was
What's really
our
funny
entire
is
ride.
I think the last ride was like a month ago when I went to piss Toretti off, and that was even I think that was 30 minutes also.
Jesus Christ.
If it makes you feel any better, I've been trying to ride with Nice.
Sorry.
Svensson since after I
Hello, Boric.
like for at least a year.
Burke.
Hello.
Oh. It's been a while, Shelby. I'm just saying, damn it, we need to ride at some point.
Yeah, like an actual ride, not 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Even though 30 minutes is really funny. Really is.
I had so many people texting me right now. This is insane.
You guys want to see Bob?
What happened to Bob?
Like Bob Starwin?
No.
What?
What?
Bob!
Oh.
Bob, Bob my cat.
Bob. Oh.
It's Truddy and I's cat. Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Bob Smith.
Hi, Bob. I'm allergic to you.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna keep my distance.
Any cute?
I just pet this thing. Barrett, give me a hug.
Hug him. Hug him.
I feel like that's on some degree that's like attempted murder.
Yep. I'm using the proper force if you're trying to
I'm
hug me.
allergic to them also. Hey, Bob, can you go home? Go home.
I mean, Barrick, listen. If you and Etta go out and you have a shrimp allergy and she eats shrimp and then kisses you, are you gonna kill her?
It will work like that with peanuts. Because I dated somebody that was into peanuts one time.
They were into them? They didn't just
I-
eat them, they were into them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's a big red flag. If you
feel like it is
if you have an
also.
allergy and they're like into like peanuts and stuff, I feel like that's just like a do not have this at the house. And if you do, we're done.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Like mine's bad enough that if I eat one, I'm dead within 30 minutes.
Oh.
I don't
Can
like
the
that.
hospital save you?
Eventually.
Can EpiPen save you?
No, EpiPens cannot. EpiPens buy me time.
Oof.
That's actually really scary.
And then like penicillin and amoxicillin are like the two main like go-tos for a lot of things, and I'm
You're
allergic to both
aren't
of those.
Yep.
So it's
How the fuck? Dude.
Yeah, I got fucked with genetics.
You really did.
You need a hug?
No.
Okay.
You want a hug?
I need a bubble.
You want a hug?
I need a fucking bubble. That's what I need.
I can see Barrick as like a. I can see
Give me a hug. Sergeant on Sergeant BCSO hug.
I could see this as being like the
you
same.
want a cat?
I didn't pet the cat yet.
Yeah, I did.
I'm allergic to cats also.
I'll change my gloves. I promise.
Oh.
But it's gotten
Okay.
better since I was younger. Like when I was younger, my throat would close up and stuff. But like now it's just more of like it's uncomfortable.
That's fucking annoying. Mine was the
Yeah.
opposite.
Got
It
worse
started.
as
It
you got
started.
older.
Yeah, it started good, and then I like one day I went to go like pet a cat. Then I had to itch my neck, and my whole neck just bursted out into hives. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
I just have weird allergies. Like I'm allergic to lavender.
I'm gonna get Lucas over here.
Not that lavender.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I stayed up for like 4 days once. Like this was like 4 years ago. And I accidentally, I'm not gonna go into details, but ended up with a peanut in my system. It was camouflaged.
You got
and
nutted in your
I
system?
hadn't yeah.
You got surprisingly
Yeah.
nutted.
Okay.
Yeah, I got anyway.
I'm going to hell. I'm sorry. I love you, Barrick.
Yeah, we are.
God damn it, that derailed my train of thought. Oh yeah, it had been since I was like 2 years old that I've had like it actually in my system. So I was like, maybe I've outgrown this. I can tough this shit out. And I did that until like I stopped breathing.
Oh my god. Wait,
Thankfully, by that time, I was like, I've thrown up 6 times in like the span of 15 minutes. I'm gonna go to the hospital. So then I was like checking into the hospital, and I just like stopped breathing and started talking to the person, at the desk.
that is
It's not funny, but it's funny.
You know, I see it.
We can laugh about it now if you can laugh about it, but my god, that is a scary fucking experience.
Yeah, and then I went through this test afterwards of like, it was like 230 different.
Testing everything that you're allergic to.
Yeah,
Like
and I
different
was allergic
foods and
to,
like yeah.
It was like 232 or something like that, like different things, and I was allergic to 231 of them.
Oh my god.
What's the one thing you weren't allergic to?
Dogs.
Dogs?
Okay.
Yeah, just probably because I've outgrown it because I've had them my entire life.
That's actually probably pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
really sad.
Well, if it means anything, I'm allergic to just about every tree that happens
Yep.
to like exist in this fucking world. We just, every tree, doesn't matter. Cutting the grass, fucking KO. I'm not even talking like scratchy throat or itchy eyes. I'm talking like you cut the grass and I smell that shit. I got about a good 5 to 10 minutes before I'm out for the count, like with a Benadryl. So to be
I
fair,
played sports.
oh
for
god,
14 years without knowing that I was allergic to grass and trees. And then I
See, I
found
did
out
sports
afterwards.
and I got used to it, I guess. But like, oh, the hives that I got. Ooh. The hives and rashes and stuffy noses and half closed throats. Ooh.
Yeah, I'd be like that.
Yeah, it do be.
I had a weird experience a couple weeks ago. I'm like scary allergic to like shellfish.
Mhm.
And I went out to this Korean barbecue place and they had some great kimchi. And usually when I sit down, I'm like, hey, quick question. And usually I get the answer, hey, is there anything on the table that I shouldn't have with this allergy? And usually they'll be like, oh yeah, let me go ask the cook and they'll come back and tell me. So you sit down and Korean barbecue, they put everything out on the table for you. And then they give you your chopsticks and then they ask you for drinks and then they walk away. So now you're met with all this kind of like this food. So I'm like, that kimchi looking fire. So I start eating the kimchi. And when the waiter came back over, I'm like, hey, quick question. anything on the table I should know about? I have a shellfish allergy, right? And he goes, yeah, let me go ask the cook. He walks away. He walks back and he goes, just the kimchi. There's shrimp sauce in that. I said, okay, thank you. Walked away. I am now 20 minutes deep into this stuff. Not a single effect.
Oh.
Now I'm scared because now I don't know if I've outgrown my allergy. And if I did, why the fuck didn't it affect me? Or two, did I get lucky? Question mark. I doubt it.
Hold on. Shrimp sauce? Usually shrimp sauce doesn't have shrimp in it, right? It's just like the red sauce? It's used for like
I know
shrimp?
I know what you're talking about. No, not the cocktail sauce. Apparently there's a shrimp. It was either shrimp sauce or shrimp something, but it was a little like I don't know.
Maybe it just wasn't enough. Like maybe it was just the smallest amount that I don't know.
It's so weird. I don't know. I gotta go get tested now though.
I had something where like I get my coffee every day, right? And at one point they
Yo, Dad,
they
thank
had
you
a
for the 500
special,
bits.
a lavender coffee, and weirdest fucking thing. I think lavender already smells bad as is, not because I'm allergic to it.
I think it smells like soap. I hate it.
I haven't touched lavender in so long. Like I mean, like I'm talking about like 15 years at least, where I like last smelt it and had an allergic reaction.
Can we
to
get some
it,
hearts and chat, please, for
where
Dad?
I was
Thanks
like,
for the 500 bits,
maybe I don't have this anymore, and I'm just like one of those people that are saying I'm allergic to something, but I'm not, right? So for the longest time, I go in, I'm like, okay, surprise coffee, just no lavender. And I remembered every time to say no lavender. The one time I fucking forget.
They put lavender.
They put lavender in it, and I took a sip, and I was like, it has kind of a weird taste. And I couldn't tell whether she said lavender or something else, but she said it so quickly that I didn't even like think. Again, tiny sip. Left, not even like leaving the fucking exit of there, like getting onto the street. Half my throat, the half that it touched started closing up.
Oh, hell no.
And I immediately turned back around because like it wasn't like it was like, I don't know how to describe it. Like it wasn't like a bad like, oh, I can't breathe thing, but it was like very uncomfortable, like half the throat closed up.
Yep. It's like itchy
so
eye but for the back of your throat.
Yeah. So I turned back around. I was like, and my
the
voice
fuck y'all
was
do to
off.
my drink?
I was like, did she put lavender? They're like, oh my gosh, the one time you forgot to tell us, and we know that you don't want this. The person was brand new.
It's always the new person. It's always the fucking new
because
person who
everyone
drops
else,
the ball.
I can drive up, and they're like, okay, we know exactly what you want, because it just do a surprise coffee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're always like, except for lavender. It was the one time I forgot with the one person who didn't know. Oh, and then for like the next 2 days, half my throat was like closed.
I get
just like the uncomfortable itchiness.
Yeah. I feel that. My only other like allergy that I live with daily, and when I say live with, I mean like interact with pretty much on the daily, aspartame or artificial sweeteners.
Ooh.
Give me migraines. Diet soda? No, thank you. I literally, as a kid, was going to the doctor because I had chronic migraines. My doctor's like, tell me about your diet. I'm like, I don't know. He's just like, just tell me about it. So I started going into the details of everything and explaining everything.
I'm gonna be awake in like 5 hours.
And I mentioned the diet
see.
soda. She goes, how many diet sodas do you have a day? And at the time, when I was a kid, I, what, 2 or 3, maybe? And she goes, cut out the soda. Like, I'm like, yeah, okay, doc, cut out the fucking soda. And I had a checkup 2 weeks after that. I'm gonna tell you right now, every headache I ever had went away after I stopped drinking diet. And I went to the doctor. She's like, so updates? And I'm like, yo, doc, my headache's gone. She's like, congratulations. We just diagnosed you with an aspartame allergy. I'm like,
Nice.
oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, stop drinking diet. Drink the real shit.
I drink the real shit. Listen.
Listen, I just saw a TikTok about this of an 104-year-old lady that drinks 3 Dr. Peppers a day. And
Jesus.
she said the most savage shit ever, dude.
What?
She said,
I want to hear
she
this.
said she had 2 doctors that both told her to stop drinking, like the Dr. Peppers every day, and she's outlived both of them.
That's
my
wild.
gosh.
I remember seeing
That's funny.
this. It was a clip because the interviewer asked her. It was like, well, actually, no, this was somebody else. Never mind. That's actually funny as fuck. There was another guy who just recently passed, by the way. I think he passed at 117. His daily ritual was he would wake up, make a cup of coffee, pour whiskey in his coffee. He would drink whiskey all day. And they asked him, how many, what do you do in your day? And he goes, I smoke